The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I mean, no voice, no guys. Me, really, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Oh, wow. Really forgot how hard this technical difficulty stuff is without Scott. Very, very, very hard. I very much underestimate how much Scott does for the show, where I can just sit back and just play around with the drop board and just talk and all this other stuff that Scott is going on. We really, really, really struggled to get this going for a second. I almost thought I was going to have to call him. All right, but it's good. We're here, and I got Lonte. It's been a while. It's been a long time. Lonte, the nerd. Lonte. Well, I don't think I do. I have. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, man, it's that time of the year. It's getting closer. Next week will be here before we know it. Next Tuesday, exactly, we'll be here before we know it. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the season. Hope you've been doing good.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. We've got a lot to talk about here. Rookie of the year, coach of the year. Lonte, I've talked about it with Scott. I have to say it to you because we've have another one. But the injuries this year, the injuries just feel absurd this year. Like it, of course, people are always injured, nicked up in the beginning of the year, but this is absurd. The amount of people that are gone down with injury, and we had a. This is another one that just. There's another one that just can't. Where's my button? All right, to update on the injury situation going around the league, Jeremy Sohan ruled out for the regular season opener with the wrist injury. Paul George also not expected to be ready for the regular season opener on Wednesday, even though he just practiced in full today. So they watched Paul George. Latte. They watched Paul George practice the whole way, start to finish, and said, "Nah, he ain't ready for it. He ain't ready for it." Yo, what's up with this? Like, this is ridiculous. The injuries have been going crazy. It was somebody else that was earlier today or last night that I feel like popped up on it. I feel like every single day somebody else is on the injury report and they're about to be out. Kevon Looney, that's who it was yesterday. That's very big news. Kevon Looney is going to miss the first 2 to 3 weeks of the season with a knee injury. And so now the Pelicans have a very serious issue at the center position. Lonte, what's going on?
Derek Queen season. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. And we haven't even played any meaningful action, I'll say. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping this is just everybody just getting it out of the way, and we're going to have a more healthy dose and not taking about 5 or 6 minutes to reading off the injuries for every single game.
I mean, Jalen Green out at least 10 days after re-aggravating his hamstring. He's out for the opener. That's a big injury. It feels like it's injuries everywhere around the league. Jalen Green is missing the regular season opener? Like, what? What's going on? I mean, I'm not playing the drop for Ja Morant, but Ja's week to week, not even day to day. Ja's legit out right now.
What happened with Ja? I didn't see that.
Ja has an ankle injury.
Oh, I didn't see that. I missed that.
Rolled his ankle, and I think it happened in training camp. I don't even think he made it to the preseason game. I'm pretty sure it happened in training camp. Jaren Jackson Jr. I mean, good news. Jaren Jackson Jr. looks like he's going to play. So, I mean, they have that going for him. But Georges Niang, 2 to 3 weeks. Keegan Murray is 4 to 6 weeks on a thumb injury. He just signed a deal. They just paid him 4 to 6 weeks. I could go down the list. We might need to make a graphic for the start of the season on everybody that's out because you could really miss it. There's a lot of people out in the NBA right now. I don't even know what to think of that.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Just hopefully, everybody's getting out of the way, and thankfully, it's not. I mean, just looking glass half full, it's not major injuries. It's just kind of just bruised up, banged up, and they'll get back to 100% soon. So that's the good part about it. If you want to be glass half full guy.
Yeah, I feel it. All right. Got a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and kick things off. But first, got to talk to you about the Hockey Gambling Podcast. Ryan and Joel back for another season. Break down the biggest games, storylines. They got awards prop, best bets through the whole season. They told me to say let it slide, but that's just it's not. That don't feel like I hits. That hits. Let it ride though. Let it ride. Shout out to the boys at the Hockey Gambling Podcast. Sometimes as we're getting through the rest of these days before the season starts, Lonte, I do dabble over there and bet a little bit of hockey. It's pretty all right. I'm not gonna lie. Hate how hockey games work. Like I gotta lay the juice in some of these. Like, what do you mean? But it's all right. I still get over there. Bet got a couple winners. All right. Let's talk about where we want to start. Rookie of the year. Let's start with rookie of the year here. Hold up, just see, look, this is the thing. This is because now I'm going and I'm flipping through and I'm trying to get the right captions and all of that and make sure that this is good and that is good. Like it's tough. It is tough at times, Lonte. Like doing Scott's job Scott has a hard job. We need to give Scott like an award or something. Like Scott has a hard job here. And I'm just no help to Scott at all, ever. I'm just sitting here stuttering along, like, oh, all right, let's talk about this. Whole time Scott's over here, and everything's just going. But it's worked for us. All right, rookie of the year. I mean, is there gonna be another option? Let's talk about some of the odds here. Minus 185, Cooper Flag, 9-1, Dylan Harper, 10-1, VJ Edgecombe, Trey Johnson, 10-1, Ace Bailey, 10-1, 14-1, Con Knipple, Igor Denham, 40-1. He's starting over there in Brooklyn, it looks like. Jeremiah Fears, 40-1. You just talked about Derek Queen, 50-1. Walter Clayton Jr., 50-1. I guess the question is open-ended here, but if it's not Cooper Flag, Lonte, who is it going to be?
I like VJ Edgecombe, and you talked about it. You talked about it kind of like beforehand, but Paul George being out, Jared McCain being out, I think that opens up a pathway for him to play multiple. Well, I won't say multiple, but play ample of minutes. I mean, even with those guys on the floor, when you pick that high and the versatility that he has defensively, as well as on offense, I think he'll be a pretty big contributor. It'll be interesting to see how they play him and Maxey on the floor together. I think they'll probably use Maxey more in the point guard role, which is something that he's done before, but he's more prominent off ball. So I'll be interested to see how they play that. But I do think his upside is there, man. Like you'll get ample opportunity. Like what I'd like to do is when I go through, I cross off guys who just are not going to get a ton of opportunity. Like we're looking at like Clayton. Like I mean, I think he'll play, but will he have the numbers to be rookie of the year? I doubt it. I cross off him. Dylan Harper. I mean, his odds at 9-1 are ridiculous. Like it probably should be like 19-1 because of what he has in front of him. Now, will he play? Of course, but he's not going to have the opportunity that VJ has, or some of these other guys have. So VJ, as far as the upside, I think you said 14-1.
Yeah, I got VJ at 10-1. Let's see. Trying to shop around. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can find some. Yeah, you can find better odds for VJ. 14-1 is out there.
VJ would be my pick. I would not bet. I mean, obviously you can't bet Flag. I mean, I think Flag will probably ultimately win it.
It's like you gotta parlay that with something. Matter of fact, whoa, yeah, you gotta parlay that with something. Matter of fact, go ahead and throw that with South Carolina to win the Natty. South Carolina women to win the Natty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that. But I just wouldn't bet. I just wouldn't bet Flag like straight up. But you have to get creative, like you said. 185 is ridiculous.
Is there? I don't. Yeah, I could see VJ. I could see VJ over Dylan Harper. I mean, you really like it would have to be a season-ending injury for like it not to be Cooper Flag, and then who is gonna be that person that steps up consistently? Uh, the Derek Queen thing is if Derek Queen is good, he's very interesting.
Yeah, I like Fears there. Um, at 40-1, Fears is a good long shot also.
Hmm.
But Queen, there's a path for him too. I just don't know. I don't know how he works there with Zion and like I really just don't know how that fit works. But I do like Queen. But I like Fears better as far as if you want to bet a longer shot. Fears would be one of my longer shots that I would look at.
Yeah, I'm out on Ace Bailey too.
Uh,
He's
yeah,
gonna get a bunch of shots, but like
yeah, he will.
I don't know. I don't know. I
What
don't
is
feel good about anything going
correct?
on.
750
You said what?
is a 750.
No, I guess I see him at 10-1.
Oh yeah,
So you're
yeah,
getting the same odds for VJ, Trey Johnson, and Ace Bailey. I feel like that's also not right.
yeah. I like Trey, but I mean, this too many mouths to feed in Washington. Like so many different people are gonna have the or gonna need the ball in their hands. But Trey can score it though, man. I mean, like if there was a market to bet like rookie like leading scores, I would bet Trey 100% because it's a possibility that he can average like.
I mean, if he leads in scoring, it's a good chance he wins the award.
Yeah, I mean, you're just taking a you're just taking a swing because of so many guys. They have so many. Have you looked at Washington's roster? They got so many
Yeah, they're
players.
horrible. No, they're like it's the land of misfit toys where you're not happy with a player, send them to Washington, or they just find their way to Washington. Chris Middleton, CJ McCollum, like
Right.
anybody you're not happy with, they just find their
Those are just
way.
older guys. Like
And
look at the
and
younger
those guys are injury prone too. Like Trey Johnson could legit be the main option like halfway through the season if the injuries even stack up for the Wizards. And how the season's starting and what we just talked about in the monologue before, there's a good chance of that. Like I don't think Trey Johnson is a bad bet either. But Washington never gets good things. Let's see here. Anybody else? Talk me. Can we make any claim because of the final four that he had? Can we make any claim for Walter Clayton to win the award? Because if he does come out and play really, really well, I'm gonna really kick myself and be like, oh, I should have been on this.
Yeah, I can't do it. Not with they got too many guys in front of him. You just talked about Ace. He's gonna take a lot of shots. You got Laurie Marketing. Um you got Carl. You got so many guys in front of him. Like he'll have to carve out minutes, which I think he will. And
So
even Bryce Sensabaugh is in front of him as well. Like there's so many
so
guys.
this is my thing. I'm so mystic of everybody around the NBA right now that what if just assume that for whatever reason, whether it's a trade, whether it's injury, whatever, everybody gets the opportunity because it's a good chance. Like these roster, and I thought about it last season towards the end of the season, and I said that I was going to remember it this year. Is that God? It's been the rosters that the turnover in so many different teams that like it could be somebody that we're just not looking at right now because there is so much ahead of them that it just opens up. like I said, Trey Johnson, I just feel like it has a good chance of like Chris Middleton has been hurt, CJ McCollum's been hurt. Like you look at Washington was Sarr was hurt at the end of last year. Like all these other things, like all these guys could get out the way, and he could very easily get a lot of opportunity. So like that's why I'm like, Walter Clayton could be interesting if he's good. I'm not 100% certain if I'm all in on Walter Clayton. Colin Murray Boyles, that's somebody else that I'm like, we could look up and he's actually accidentally starting because the people on that team can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I'm not a CMB guy, so
yeah. I was just throwing a name out there because I'm looking at him here 100.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I just he just not my type of guy.
But like, is there anybody else a little bit further down where you're like, oh wow, if it broke right for this player or somebody that you like, and it's like, oh yeah, they got a bunch of people in front of them, but this is one of those guys where I think if he has the opportunity, he's gonna look good.
Yeah, young Hansen from Portland. I love him. 65-1.
Okay.
Like Portland's gonna be feisty. They traded away Ayton, so they're gonna go with Klingon at the initial center spot. But the way Hansen plays, he can play alongside Klingon as well. So he'll get opportunities. And when you take a guy that high, I think Brooks will play him. And the way he passes the ball, the way he scores, like he's got the international, fans behind him. So that'll be a really good endorsement for him. So if he's playing well, I mean, the Chinese Joker is what they call him. Like if he's playing well, filling the stat sheet, I think it's a chance that he can, at least be, top 2 or top 3 in that rookie voting. Definitely think he'll make the all rookie team. But I'm a big fan of Hansen and his game and how he passes, his feel for the game. He's even stepped out and shot it a little bit better. And I just think the dynamic between, as far as him and Klingon, are so different that you can play both of them at the same time and still be kind of they can still be kind of, competitive with those guys on the court. So I like Young Hansen at 65-1. That's one of my favorite ones.
Nice. Like that. I think I want both Jeremiah Fears. I want a piece of Jeremiah Fears, pause, and Derek Queen. I think between the two of them and just what we've known of, I mean, it's already starting with Kevon Looney. We know this. Whatever's going on in the training room in New Orleans, it's not working. It's not working. It's actually really, really bad. And if I just sit here and I'm like, man, what is New Orleans? Every year we talk about New Orleans with injuries, Lonte. Like it doesn't change. Every year we talk about New Orleans with injuries. And so, man, you tell me Derek Queen or Jeremiah Fears go out there and start hooping in New Orleans and getting a bunch of opportunity. This could be just a award of opportunity. And that's what I kind of see rookie year. Like it's an award of opportunity because we very well know who the top guy is. But if the top guy isn't there for whatever reason, the floodgates open. At least I feel like. So
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I like Fears is one of my top 3s. I would like. I love his game. They need a point guard. You talk about injuries. Alvarado is not the most. He's not the most consistent guy as far as staying on the court.
Yep.
Don't think he can score like Fears. Fears fits their timeline. He can run the pick and roll, get to the paint. He's got to improve that shooting because the paint's going to be clogged. But I like Fears, man, and I see the path for Queen as well. I'm kind of hesitant because I want to see how it works between him and Zion.
Queen is if Zion is just hurt.
Okay.
And Zion fakes us out with this weight loss and like if Zion just completely fakes us out, that clearly opens everything up for Derek Queen here. And then especially if he plays alongside Looney, like that's pretty solid too. Like so that's the argument for Queen. Zion just breaks down. And then all of this is all contingent on Cooper Flagg not being available for a majority of the season. All right. Nice little talk there. You've actually sold me on Yang Hansen. You have.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy.
All right. let's see. We'll get to Coach of the Year in a second, but first we are going to talk about mybookie.ag, your place to bet on every single sport. You can bet on the NBA and get down on these futures over there at mybookie.ag, but you can also go and you can get down on your NFL, college football, all of that. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit, get lightning fast payouts with cryptocurrency. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN, 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. You know you're getting the best prices with Novig, available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use promo code SGPN. Get in with the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. All right, now we have to talk about Coach of the Year. Oh wait, I lost my page with the Coach of the Year odds. Hold on. Let's pull those back up. All right. Coach of the Year. I feel like I always have the right angle here, but then I don't know. I'm just off. Like it's just not all the way there. But shout out to Kenny Atkinson with the Cavaliers. Won Coach of the Year last year. They won 1 seed, of course. That's a pretty good way to win the award. Looking at the favorites for Coach of the Year, and it is Jamal Mosley. I feel like that's we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that and we'll break it all down. Let's go further down the list and we'll break it down into a little bit of quadrants this time, Lonte. But we've got Eric Spoelstra around. I have all of these people at 30-1. Eric Spoelstra, Charles Lee, Nick Nurse, JJ Redick, Chris Finch. Is there anything that could talk you into somebody down there?
Maybe Charles Lee if the Hornets are playing fringe playoff team. Um, they got some guys. They recently like literally just now just waived Spencer Dinwiddie, which is kind of weird to me because I thought he could
Yeah,
help.
like no. So what's up with that?
Yeah, I didn't understand that. So I thought he could help them with the backcourt and some of his shot making and playmaking, but I don't, especially with the way LaMelo stays hurt. Like I don't understand that at all. But
Especially because how Lamelo stays hurt, you gotta have and want to place anybody like, and you can find some of these guys at longer odds to shop your lines.
yeah,
But
Charles Lee would be the only one in that space that I would kind of look at. I feel honestly, I kind of feel like he might be those odds might be too short. He might should be like a little bit longer, like as
let me
far as
see.
price wise.
Hold on, let me. I'm on the offshores. Let me lock in on somebody a little bit more prevalent for the people. Give them the best numbers here. All right, there we go. Little dot, but yes, make sure you shop your lines because these awards are definitely the awards that you can go and you can find some crazy lines. Because I think JJ Redick is somewhere like 10-1 at some shops, and I can get him at like 30. So,
Yeah,
uh,
it fluctuates. Yeah.
yeah, like I'm looking here on the Blue Book, and you can get JJ Redick at 22-1. So like it fluctuates, but there's a lot of shift around here, and uh, I think that the only person I could really talk myself to around that area or this area is really Chris Finch. And in Blue Book, you can get them 35-1. And that's because the Timberwolves could mess around and get the 1 seed and #1 overall, like be #1 overall. And if they play a crazy style of defense and then they just continue to find ways to win games and the offense picks up at times, like I don't know, this Timberwolves team has been good, and I've kind of been down on them in years past, and they just continue to overachieve. I feel like, and so I I wouldn't be shocked to see Ant Edwards and have this team as the 1 seed. So I could buy myself into Chris Finch. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, back to back Western Conference Finals. I mean, unless he wins like 60 games, which if you're in the belief that he can, then yeah. But I mean, I'm not that high on the Wolves this year.
I mean, they keep winning though. Like,
Yeah, no, they do. They do. That's a fact. That's definitely.
yeah,
A fact. I just I don't think they did enough in the offseason to kind of upgrade their roster when a lot of the West did upgrade their roster.
I feel that. And I feel like I say that every year, and yet there they are, Timberwolves,
Yeah,
near the
yeah. I
top
mean,
of the standings.
yeah. That's a product of good coaching. That's 100%
Yeah.
of good coaching. So
If
I'm
they if they if they ever, let's say they, and what, I wonder what it is for the Timberwolves to just be the number one seed. I wonder what that price is, because that, if those two things happen, like if they somehow get the one seed, that's going to be all Chris Finch. I don't think they're gonna, I mean, of course they're going to give some Ant's probably going to have an MVP at that point, but yeah, it feels like that's going to be a lot of Chris Finch there. All right, let's go a little bit further. David Alderman, 22-1. Joe Mazzulla, 15-1. Yeah, see, look, like Nick Nurse is 15-1 here. I swear I just saw him 30-1. Like, you got, so these are different everywhere. Tyronn Lue is in this category, about 15-1. Ime Udoka is about 15-1. Mike Brown, 10-1. No, matter of fact, don't think about Mike Brown yet. We'll throw him in another category here. I think there's a good conversation up there. But all right. Ime, 15-1. Ty Lue, 15-1. Nick Nurse, 15-1. Joe Mazzulla, 15-1. David Alderman, 22-1. Yeah, talk about JJ and Mitch Johnson in this range as well.
Yeah, not really, not really a ton of guys that I'm looking at in that range. I mean, obviously, if the Lakers can be a top 3 seed, which I don't think they can, then obviously JJ will get the nod there. But I mean, I just don't think that they're good enough on the perimeter with shooting. I don't think they have the interior defense or the perimeter defense to be one of those teams. Offensively, they'll be fine, but I just don't trust them defensively. I crossed out. I crossed out Ime because I don't think that I don't think the Rockets will. I think they'll be fine, but I don't think they'll be as good as the preseason numbers indicate. So I crossed him off. I crossed Mazzulla off. Um, I like Nick Nurse because
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a buyer on Philadelphia because of some of the things that they did. They got a lot of depth. A lot of those guys played last year due to injuries. So, I mean, obviously it's a big if, but if Embiid and Paul George can give them anything and the East is wide open, they could be one of those teams to surprise people. So I looked at Nurse in
Mm-hmm.
that range. A guy I didn't hear you say, which is probably around like 40 to 50, Chauncey Billups. I love Chauncey Billups in that
Oh,
category.
interesting.
Love Chauncey Billups because I mean we talked about the Trailblazers a lot last year. They were fighting for a playoff spot, and now I think they've upped their talent level. They got a few draft picks that were pretty good. They brought in Drew Holiday as a veteran who can get things done.
Mm-hmm.
He can be pretty much what I mean, not what Chauncey was because they're two different players, but kind of what Chauncey was to Detroit when he was there. That kind of impact, not the player, but the type of impact and veteran
What is
leadership.
that? What does he have to do though? What is Chauncey Billups like? What do the Trailblazers have to look like for Chauncey Billups to win Coach of the Year?
Top 5, top 6 seed. He can win it.
Is that enough?
I think so.
Okay, so let's play situation game. Chauncey Billups has them as a 5 seed in the West. That is actually pretty decent. 5 seed in the West versus Mike Brown and a New York Knicks 1 seed. That is a 3 overall, 4 overall. Maybe not the top overall seed, but still
Yeah,
very
I
good.
mean, it's tough. I mean, how many games did the Knicks win last season? Like 51?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I mean, if you
Hold
don't
on,
win,
we got it. We have it actually here in the. Oh wait, no, Scott deleted. Oh no, we don't have it. All right, hold on. All right,
I don't know. Like
next.
they won 50 games and went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, so I know it's a regular season coach award,
Yeah,
but like unless he wins like 55 plus games, I don't
yeah,
know.
51 on. You're right, 51.
Yeah, I don't know if he doesn't win 55. I don't really know like if they can give him that.
Say they're 60, 61. All right, Mike Brown in a 60-win
Now, if he
Knicks
wins
team.
60,
That's
he's gonna
number
win it.
one.
Yeah,
Okay,
if they win 60, he's gonna win it. Yeah.
okay. So Knicks can't win 60 games. Uh, and I guess this is kind of leading us into the favorites conversation and where everybody's really looking at. You've got Mike Brown 10-1, JB Bickerstaff 10-1, Quentin Snyder plus 650, Jamal Mosley, the overarching favorite at plus 600. So because I'm really interested in the Chauncey Billups. You say they're a 5 seed, but where does that compete with a Quinn Snyder and a Hawks team that apparently is supposed to be really good? I think they're
Yeah,
going to be
I
cool.
like Quinn too. Quinn is like my top choice.
So Quinn is your top choice. Bickerstaff. Now this is my top choice. I'll have to say.
I respect that.
Um, and it's probably a little bit. I'm getting a much worse price than Chauncey Billups, but it's probably because I am just a believer in this Pistons team, Lonte. I think this is going to be the Pistons team that brings them out of obscurity. And they were rolling. This has been 2 years of work the Pistons have put into this team now. Where, if you remember, 2 years ago, not last season, but the season before, after that All-Star break, and the Pistons just started rolling, and they were covering games, they were beating teams outright, and they're like, "Yo, what's up with the Pistons right now?" Like, they had that finish to the season there, and then it was all right there, and Jaden Ivey got hurt, and injuries just kind of came through, but they still made the playoffs. Made the playoffs. Played the game against the Knicks, the series against the Knicks, and played them the 6 games. Like, it's all right there. Like, if he can just push them a little bit further, JB Bickerstaff might get that Coach of the Year that he was looking for in Cleveland.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can't disagree with anything that you said. I love the Pistons. Ivy being back is one of the biggest additions without having to do anything in the offseason as far as pay anybody. I think that's a big addition. You got Asar, who's ascending a little bit more. I mean, they got Duncan Robinson in, who's added some shooting as well. So, yeah, I mean, I like that. I can't talk you off of that.
But talk me into Quinn Snyder and the Hawks here, because
top 2 seed, man. If they can get a top 2 seed in the East,
yeah, but a top 2 seed in the East could be like, what was the 2 seed in the East last year?
yeah, I
Was
think
that the Knicks at 51?
Hawks are live to win like 53, 54 games. Healthy Jalen Johnson, Risa Shea ascending. You got Okongwu.
61 was last year, and 61 might be I think 61 might be the 1 seed with the Knicks.
I don't know if they can win 60, but they can win.
So even if you're saying 1 seed, 2 seed, you're putting them at less than 60 wins.
Yeah. So what did Cleveland have last year?
Cleveland had 64.
Yeah.
There's no way this Hawks team gets to 64 wins.
Yeah, no, I don't think they can get to 60, but mid 50s, yeah, I think they can.
Yeah, but a 2 seed, okay, so a 2 seed in the East versus Chauncey Billups. If Chauncey Billups gets them as a 5 seed, I would rather give it to Chauncey than give it to Quinn for being a 1-2 seed. Well, I mean, maybe a 1 seed. Okay, maybe a 1 seed is interesting, but I just don't think they're going to be better than the Knicks.
Yeah, one seed, borderline 2 seed. It just depends on how it plays out. But yeah, I mean, I can get behind what you're saying with the comparison with Billups, because the Western Conference is going to be a bear, as always. But I mean, if you're just looking at Quinn, like, that roster is set up to succeed. I mean, he's got everything he needs. It reminds me of the roster he had in Utah when he was the 1 seed for like back-to-back years. So if he can replicate that in a lesser conference, I mean, this conference is down a ton.
Do you think it's somebody out the East? Like, if do you think it's somebody out the East
that wins it? Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's either Mosley. I wouldn't bet that number, but it's either Mosley, Bickerstaff, or Snyder.
Because I'm just like, all right, if we're saying the East is down, and that's why talking myself into somebody out the West just makes me like kind of feel. That's why I like the long shots of the West, because I'm like, these are long shots, but we're expecting these teams to be better. We're expecting this conference to be better. And you look at the top guys up here at the top of the standings, and they're all in the East. And we're all, and so it's like, are we valuing being a 1 seed in the East over, 3 or 4 Western Conference teams that we know are better, or that we have pegged to be better? Like,
it just has to do. I think it has a lot to do with just incremental improvement. Like, for instance, what did the Hawks win last year? They were a playing team, right? So they probably only like 40 something games, right?
The Hawks had 40 wins last year.
Yeah, so if they can 55, that's 15. That's a 15 win increment.
15 win,
yeah. Like, so, versus, I mean, Chauncey, although they can improve, like, I mean, I don't know if they're going to win 55 games, but like they won a decent amount of games last year. They were fighting for a play-in spot. So it's just so happened that it just happened.
36. They won 36 games last year.
Yeah. Now,
The
can they go?
bottom of the West really did fall off last
Yeah.
year.
Can they go from 36 to 45, 46? Yeah, absolutely. And they could still be within that span. Because if you remember from like seed 5 to 10 during the West, like the last month or two of the season was like jockeying for position. Like every night meant something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the incremental improvement from as far as a numbers perspective, looking at from just a wins, I think that is a big jump from 40 to 50, maybe even 55 wins. I think that's a big jump for Snyder and the Hawks, and it's more attainable. I mean, just to me, I like Chauncey Billups in a number, but what's more attainable is what Quinn can do with that team in the East, who we talked about is essentially top heavy. You know what I'm saying? So they'll beat up on the lesser teams, and maybe that division is kind of down a little bit as well. So yeah, I can see just that 13 to 15 increment getting him a job. I mean, he loves Quinn, so that's something else to play a part.
I think the gap has to be there. And yeah, I guess they get themselves into a top 2. I could see it. There's value. I think the West is where you see the value, but the East is open. You could see anybody win the East this year, man. I mean, if you sat here and told me that the Magic won the East last year, I would not be surprised. You told me the Hawks won, I would not be surprised. Like they just win games, just continue to just win game after game after game. Like the Pistons. Oh, if the Pistons, Lonte, if the Pistons have the one seed in the East, like it because it's the fear of the Knicks. I think it's truly the fear of the Knicks, and the Knicks could completely nick this up and not be at the top of the East this year. It looks like everything is just pegged. Everybody's moved out the way. The Bucks suck. The 76ers we can't trust to be healthy. Like everybody's moved out the way and opened the door for the Knicks, and nobody wants to believe in. Well, at least I don't want to believe in them all the way, but I hope they do.
I looked at Doc Rivers. I really did.
No way.
I looked at.
No way. All right, let's go ahead and get up. Let's go to let me do it. I got another read. Let's do best. No way you looked at Doc, man.
Did, man.
No, don't
I
do it,
did.
Monte. Don't put yourself through that.
I
Don't
did.
put yourself
I
through
looked at. I just need a bigger price. That's all.
that. What was it? Wait, what price did you see? I'm curious what price you saw, and I'm curious what price would you need to play Doc Rivers.
I think I saw 40. I wanted like 60, 65.
Doc should probably be 100 to 1.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
He should really probably he should probably be 100 to 1.
probably. But yeah, I mean, I'm a Bucks believer this year, actually. So not that they can win it all. Not that they can win it all. Just like I'm thinking
Who's scoring?
they can have a really good season.
Who's scoring?
Giannis.
No, okay, all right.
That's all you need.
Just Giannis?
You see what they did. I mean, they got some pieces that can fit together okay. Porter Jr. is fun. I like Miles Turner and Giannis playing together to space the floor. They got Lopez out of there, so it's a lot more shot making and shot creativity. The guards I'm worried about. I mean, they don't have a ton of guards, but I mean maybe they can get a guard or two. I would be surprised if they kind of go and get Spencer Dinwiddie because he's kind of one of those guards that can fit that mold for them. So yeah, I'm a buyer in the books.
I told you, man, this stuff was really hard without Scott. We just had Rookie of the Year sitting up on the screen the whole time that we were talking about Coach of the Year. Like, it's really hard to do this without Scott. He's just on it, man. He's on it. Shout out to Scott Studio Reichel, the MVP. The MVP. Underdog Fantasy. Great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats. The NBA is about to start rolling. You can play NFL, college football, all of that right now. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They are crushing it with college football and NFL picks and props right now. Plus, they're giving away $1,000. What weekly cash prizes for you? All you got to do is track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you could win $1,000. Promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. All right, Lonte, let's get to some best bet picks here. Rookie of the year, coach of the year. What are you betting?
Yeah, I'll just give my top two for each. My top two, unless you just want to do one. I don't know how you want to
Yeah,
do it.
no. You can do top two. You can throw a long shot, however you want to
Yeah, I'll
do it.
just do one of my favorites, and then like a longer shot. VJ at 14-1 is one of my
Mhm.
favorites. Rookie of the year. Longer shot. Young Hansen, 65-1. I think those two are good. Coach of the year. Quinn Snyder. You could find 7-1. So
Mhm.
find 7-1 for that. My longer shot would be Chauncey Billups at anywhere 40 and above.
Man, you really kind of sold me on the Chauncey Billups thing, but I just don't believe in the Trailblazers as an organization and a team. So that's really where kind of hurts me there. All right, let's see here. Rookie of the year. No, I'm starting coach of the year. Coach of the year. I'm I'm dangerously scared of how bought I am to this Pistons team. Give me JB Bickerstaff at 10-1. Long shot. I will take. I don't know, man. Kind of believer. Not the Pelicans. The Timberwolves just continue to surprise me year after year, and I said it was no way that they would make it to back-to-back Western Conference Finals, and they did. So I wouldn't be shocked if they just put that all together during the regular season and have a great regular season. Number one overall seed. Give me Chris Finch at 35-1. And for rookie of the year, whoa. All right, let's see here. Rookie of the year, man, it's like I just be wanting to take Cooper Flag and just be like, no, it's gonna be it. I feel like that's where we're gonna end at. I don't want anything bad to happen to him, but I just don't want the chalk to hit. I want something just shocking to happen. I'm gonna buy into the angle of people are just gonna get hurt around here. And so give me Jeremiah Fears, 61, and give me Derek Queen at 150-1 because I don't trust anything going on in New Orleans. And the Kevon Looney injury already just kind of tells me how the New Orleans Pelicans season is going to go. And injuries can win you this award. There can just everybody be out of the way and you just start hooping and you get an opportunity and you don't lose it. And that could really happen in New Orleans here. And you don't have to be on a good team to win this award. Like you don't. You can win. This is the awards you can win and not be on a good team. So, yeah, I'm going to take a stab at the rookies in New Orleans because I do actually really like them, and I would like to see them play well. So 150-1 Derek Queen, 60-1 Jeremiah Fears, but I took the long shots, the longer shots because Lonte, I'm dangerously afraid of. We already know how this is going to end. It's going to be Cooper Flag.
Yeah, man. Flag, he's not breaking news, but yeah,
Uh,
he's really good. So
You were just in a blender for a second there. All right. We gotta get
okay,
Lonte out of here. We're about to lose him to the Wi-Fi here at XXLonteXX on X. And I'm at really real __. Make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you like the video. Drop a comment before you get up out of here. All of that. And also tune in because we will be back kicking things off next week, looking ahead to the NBA regular season. Very, very interested to hear what Lonte thinks about opening night and where his picks are going to lie there. We will all talk about it next week, very soon. We got more futures episodes that will be kicking off. And before then and after that, make sure you give us a 5-star rating review wherever you get your podcast. And with that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending podcast, just going to like this.